Best remembered for playing Ntombi on the popular Soapie Generations and many other films and television shows, Sonia Mbele gracefully evolved before our eyes. Once she took a break from acting, Mbele went on to tap into the reality TV train, bring the American Real Housewives franchise to Johannesburg, and establish another similar show in Pastor's Wives with creator and executive producer credits. She is currently making waves after making her debut appearance in the last episode of the globally acclaimed South African series Blood and Water as the mysterious mother of character Kabelo, who seems to be the leader of a child kidnapping ring. Sonia has since shown fans and South Africa that mystery is not always bad after she announced that she would be going into the water business. How does this actor turned producer turned businesswoman do it? She joins us now to tell us more. Sonia,
hi.
Absolutely delighted to have you on the show.
Thank you. I always watch with envy. Now I'm here and I'm like, whoop, whoop.
Well, if there's envy to be going on, I'm sure it's everybody who's on the other side of the screens wondering just how you do it.
I think it's grace, because it's not easy. I'm a mother of 3. I, like you said, producing. I'm still acting every now and again. And business has always just been part of my life. I've always been an entrepreneur. I had a shoe line. At some point, I partnered with the wine merchant in Cape Town, and we were supplying wine to restaurants and things like that. So it has always been embedded in me to just not slack. You know, slacking is not an option for me. And with COVID, obviously, and I don't want to blame it on the environment or the situation, but things got very tough. You know, there was money going out, not coming in, and I had to look around me and my situation and everyone else's situation, and I thought, you know what, Sonia, maybe it's time you get up and pull yourself by the bootstraps and come up with something that will bring income not only to you, but to your fellow South Africans. So that's what gave birth to Alkaline.
Okay, so we're going to come to Alkaline in a moment.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that you talk about you were involved in a shoe business in the past tense. And that speaks to businesses don't always succeed.
Yeah.
Now walk us through those challenges of having a business, having an operation that's making you money, and then at some point it stops working.
Well, it folded. The shop itself closed because of the COVID situation. So we had shops, like the one shop was in Mall of Africa and Benmore, and these are my territories. These are spots that I go to all the time, and then just, you know, one day you walk in to go to watch the movies with the children, and then you walk out and you shut down. You know, so those kind of reality checks have always just been part of my life or my existence or my reality, you know, at the time. So it was like the shop is here and then tomorrow's gone. So things like that, you know, it kind of dawns on you to, okay, keep going, do something else, be innovative, try other things.
Now, there's obviously got to be a certain amount of pressure because you are this successful woman, you're this beautiful woman, and all your fans and society around you is looking at you as being this successful icon. What happens when it doesn't go right?
You know, truthfully and lucky for me and maybe for my fans, I've never been one to pretend when things are not great. I've never been one to shy away from the truth. So I've always been honest, and I think which is what they find refreshing. You know, they're always like, you're so goofy, you're so candid, but I don't have a choice. Because then if you're going to look at me and if I say to you, well, things are not going great at the moment, then I'm trying to say to you, you know what I mean? You're not the only one. And as a society, as a people, we must always just strive to do our best. And that's what I try to do. That's the only thing I can be, is be myself and truthful and honest.
And talk us about the conversations that you are having with your kids when you have this amazing enterprise and then it's got to fold because of situations.
Yeah, luckily my kids are very supportive. My kids are very understanding. I mean, my daughter the other day, just yesterday morning, she was like, you know, it's like November's coming to a close. When are we doing our Black Friday shopping? You know what I mean? But like the fact that she waited till the end for her to kind of push the envelope. So they're quite understanding. So they always just gauge, is she okay? Is she comfortable? Can we push? Can we be? Because they always know that they can't be demanding in such a way that puts me under pressure, because then that's the one thing they don't want to do. They always just look out for me, if I were to put it that way.
Does it also reflect on your type of parenting?
Yeah.
Because I don't think kids are understanding from the get-go. There's a process of how do you raise your kids, so to speak.
I'm such a cool mom. I know. But if we were to film them now, I'm such a cool mom. I am down with them. You know, I go down to their level. Every Saturday we play basketball in the yard. We hang out. We'll pick a movie day. We will all watch a movie on Showmax or, you know, go out or whatever. But we are just always chatting and checking in and talking and conversing. So my kids are cool, man. My kids, they adore me.
Now, you brought
the myself.
American Real Housewives franchise to South Africa.
Yes.
Was that a result of links, contacts that you'd made in the industry, or how did that come about?
Not really. I'm a reality fan. I'm just miserable like that. I'm dismal. I will sit and watch. I mean, I've just finished watching The Tiger King on Netflix. So I consume that stuff. And for me, I've just always been fascinated by formatting. And which is what I'm doing now. Actually, I'm formatting my own shows and creating my own format instead of going out there looking for international ones, which are great. But I realize that we can do it. I know how to do it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's stopping me? But yeah, no, it was just watching the format and just being fascinated by these women who are so obnoxious, you know, and they just want a platform to showcase their lives. And for people that watch it, it's not for the bickering. It's always just for the lifestyle, the interaction, do we get along? Do we have a sisterhood? So it always goes deeper than I find than just okay, they're about to get at it again. You know, so for me, I was like, look, we have these type of women in South Africa, so why can't we showcase them?
Is reality TV real?
It is. It's planned because you have to know what you're shooting the next day and the day after. So what I normally like to say is that we tap into these women's life calendar. You know that you have your in-laws visiting. You know that you have a christening for your child. You know that you are renewing your vows in a month or two. So we tap into that. So we tap into their life calendar. We don't give them storylines. They actually give us storylines. And we just tap into their calendar.
Now, years ago, I remember watching you on Generations as Ntombi. Now you're in Blood and Water so many years later. Talk to us about your journey as an actress.
I love acting. Acting is my first love. You know, it'll always go down in history as my first love. But I'm a firm believer of multiple streams of income, of trying other things, and being that role model. Because for me, and growth and staying power, and saying to people, if that door shuts, because nobody says no to me. I refuse to hear a no, we can't help, sorry. I don't take no for an answer. So if the door is closed, I will try the back door. If it's closed, I will try the windows. The windows are closed, I'll go through the chimney. So, I will try other things. But like you're saying, acting has always been, in my blood. It streams through my blood. It gets to a point where I really miss it so much that I'll be like, okay, I'm just looking for a gig. I speak to my agent and I'm like, it has to be good, but it's time that I go back on screen. So yeah, I've done Generations, I've done other telenovelas, even though I try not to stay too long in a telenovela because then it kind of locks you in. And I have so many things that I'm working on that I cannot really be locked in for that long. And I'm not knocking it. I love it. I'm just saying for me, it doesn't really work. It's not a formula that works well for me. And then when Blood and Water came along, who could have said no to that?
Okay, now, you put it in through a few teasers on social media prior to the launch of your water brand that had tails wagging, if you will. Walk us
that
through
was naughty, sorry.
Walk us through that strategy and obviously how you came up with this brand new project.
So luckily my team, my social media team, they're very young, so they're very pushy. So they were like, Mom, come on, do it, We had a meeting to talk about the launch, and I took a picture and I sent it to them on some what to post and what not to post. They were like, we're definitely posting. I'm like, what? They're like, the launch is around the corner. Let's just, get people, let's open their eyes a little bit. And
shock them, shock the system.
It was a shock factor. It was a shock factor. I apologize.
Well, no apology needed. But walk us through the business. How did you come up with this idea?
I've always led a healthy lifestyle. I always say that I don't drink fizzy drinks at all, ever. I think it's been 20 years now.
Wow.
I don't eat meat. It's been 5 years. So, and just, hearing about alkaline water just in and around me and about the benefits and how healthy it is and how pure it is, I thought, let me look into it. I have a friend who lives in the U.S. who got a sports injury, and they were telling me that he recovered by drinking copious amounts of alkaline water. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. Then obviously I did some research, looked into it, and the benefits they spoke to me, and it was something that I couldn't resist.
Now, obviously, there are a lot of water brands on the market.
Yes.
Who's your target, and what has the response been?
Everyone that drinks water, everyone that wants the purest kind of water, everyone that wants to lead a healthy lifestyle, everyone that is seeking for that liquid gold, it helps with, the benefits are endless. I mean, it helps with ionized. Number one, for me, it was very important for somebody who doesn't eat meat. It helps with constipation, it detoxes as well. It helps, it gives you your body energy, mental energy, vitality, helps you sleep at night, keeps you regular. We all need that. And it helps with hangovers. I mean, and it's 99.9% pure, so.
There's something else that I picked up. You said that it's the only BE certified.
Yes, we are.
P10 alkaline. I think there was a alkaline.
pH 10 plus.
pH 10 plus.
Yes.
What does that actually mean?
It means that we've all gone to school, we've all studied science, and we all how the periodic table works. Anything between 1 and 7 is acid, and anything between 7 and 14 is alkaline. So we were striving for that, to give the most maximum balanced and alkaline water there is. And you asked me, who am I targeting? Targeting people that want to get into business with me. I manufacture, I sell at wholesale, you come, you buy from me, you resell. You can make 100% profit.
If you like. And
I'm
sure we all want to do that.
Yes.
Well, we've just gone into 16 days of activism. And the statistics that were released by the police minister a few weeks ago are absolutely shocking. What is your message around GBV during this time particularly?
It's a sensitive one for me because I've gone through instances of GBV, and I literally become a beast if I am confronted by a situation. I literally lose my mind. Should I be pushed, be confronted, be treated ill, or observe someone around me? Because I've gone through it, and for years, not for just a short period of time. So for me, I just want to say to everyone that's experiencing it, because we know it's not only, custom-made to women or people of a fair agenda, but everyone that experiences it or goes through it, in whatever form, shape, stand up for yourself. Take your power back. Take your power back. Nobody should ever, ever have power over your life. What you eat, where you go, what you wear, ever. We all have human rights. Let's exercise them. And it starts with taking the power back.
Very, very quickly, how do you take your power back?
By showing up and being real and being honest and true and pushing.
Only on Channel 405, and that was actor turned producer turned businesswoman Sonia Mbele on the show.